Hi guys, welcome to Keys Newsround. I'm Alex with your 4 p.m. update. On today's show, Manchester City Council have published an action plan to make Gay Village even better. And we speak to landscape artist who is encouraging people to get out and enjoy nature. First up, after their 3-3 draw last week, Manchester City host Real Madrid in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-finals tonight. Dan is outside the Etihad Stadium.
Could the Champions League be staying at the Etihad Stadium this season? Well, Manchester City will certainly be hoping so, but Jude Bellingham and Real Madrid stand in the way ahead of tonight's crucial second leg of the Champions League quarter-finals. We're expecting yet another thrilling match after last week's 3-3 draw, and with team news, Phil Foden is expected to return to the City starting 11, and Kyle Walker is also making a return to the squad after a hamstring injury. City have won their past 3 home games with Real Madrid at the Etihad Stadium under Pep Guardiola, and they'll certainly be hoping that happens again tonight. Elsewhere in the Champions League, Arsenal travels to Bayern Munich, where also the score is 2-2. The winner of that match will also play Manchester City if they beat Real Madrid. So, we're expecting another crucial match tonight. So ask your parents if they can stay up a little longer and watch the match.
Thanks, Dan. Now, have you ever visited Manchester's Gay Village? Well, Manchester City Council is now recognising it as a cultural landmark and have published an action plan to make it even better. Vicky's been to check it out.
This is Manchester's Gay Village. It's a really important part of the city centre, but why? In the 1900s, this was the site of Manchester's booming cotton trade. After the industry died down, it became a safe space for gay men and lesbians. In 1985, Manchester hosted its first Pride event here, and now it's one of the biggest LGBTQ+ events in the UK. These are just some of the features that make this place so important and why Manchester City Council is doing more to look after it.
The Council's new action plan will recognise the historical and cultural importance of Gay Village. Here are some of the changes they're going to make. The Council will be replacing damaged trees and planting new ones. They're going to improve CCTV and policing to keep everyone safe. They'll talk to local people about hosting fun events in the area. The famous Manchester Bee will be appearing throughout. A heritage trail will be added to tell visitors all about the village. Murals from local artists will brighten up the streets. And a new community hub will be added to bring people together. One of my favourite spots is Sackville Gardens, which is where I met the chairman of the Friends of Manchester Gay Village, Jeremy Horde.
One of the important things about the Gay Village and about the plan is to make sure that it includes everybody. It includes the businesses, it includes the residents, it includes visitors. And the Gay Village in Manchester has a pull and an attraction and a value not just to people in Manchester, clearly, but also people across Greater Manchester and across the UK and the world.
So, do you think you'll be paying the Gay Village a visit? Hopefully when the weather is a bit nicer than this.
Now it's over to Josh for this week's Globe Time.
Globe Time! Thanks, Alex. First, we start in Denmark, in the capital city of Copenhagen. This here is the historic Old Stock Exchange building, one of the city's oldest buildings. This is what it looked like last week. And this is what it looked like yesterday. A fire broke out, destroying the building's historic spire. Fire services got the fire under control yesterday, but now many Danish officials have said that the building must be restored to its former glory. And heavy rain from a storm in Dubai has caused flash flooding. This is a type of flooding which happens very quickly when the land doesn't have enough time to absorb the water. This is the most extreme weather event to happen in Dubai since records began in 1949. And finally, from Globe Time to out of this Globe Time. Do you know what this is? Well, last month, this metal object fell through someone's roof in Florida. Now, NASA has confirmed that the object was part of this, the International Space Station. In March of 2020, NASA released some old batteries from the space station. They thought these would burn up in the Earth's atmosphere before they reached us, but clearly this didn't happen, which meant a nasty shock for Alejandro Ortero, whose roof was damaged by the debris. But none of us need to worry. This probably won't be happening to any of us. The chances of being struck by an object from space are 1 in a trillion.
Globe time!
Thanks, Josh. That is not something you see every day. Now, nail salons across the country raised their prices this week. This industry-wide change has come about because of a survey which found that many nail technicians were earning just under £7 per hour after business costs. This falls well below the national living wage of £11.44. Nailtech.org has said that the change was necessary to ensure that nail salons can run a successful business.
Nails are actually one of the most undercharged parts of the beauty industry. So if you look at what you would pay typically for an hour massage and compare it to an hour's worth of nails, there is a massive difference. So what we found is that the nail techs were actually not even earning minimum wage, let alone covering their costs, and some of them were actually making a loss.
And have you ever tried to make art out of the nature around you? Well, that's exactly what landscape artist James Brunt is encouraging people to do. Keira has more.
What would you say if I told you your next trip to the beach could turn you into an artist? You could be just like James Brunt. He takes inspiration from the outdoors to create fascinating pieces of art.
I generally work outdoors using natural materials that are either loose or fallen or decaying. I just allow myself to stop, listen, smell the sounds and let the environment tell me its little secrets that you see by being a bit slower in life. I just start to play, and then that play becomes a process, and that process gets bigger and bigger, and then before you know it, you've transformed a little space, a little part of the planet.
He thinks it's really important for everyone to get outdoors and have fun.
It's generally about getting people there and giving them the same opportunities just to slow down and create. I truly believe that the more people that appreciate and spend more time in nature, the ripple effect of that is going to make for a kinder world. I think it's that important that we allow ourselves time just to sort of play outside.
He's currently working in Scarborough on a project called Coastal Ecologies, where he's making art pieces out of litter.
Scarborough's coastline now is a moment in time for millions and million years of sort of evolving, and I just wanted to allow myself to see that. It was about learning about a new area and letting that area tell its stories.
James holds events to get other people involved in his artwork.
I think that it takes away all your troubles when you can get lost in doing the work, the artwork, and just being in the outdoors. It's just so good for your mind space, really. It's so enjoyable. You never know what the end result's going to really look like, which is part of the fun of it, really.
So next time you're outdoors, see what you can make out of the nature around you. And you never know, maybe you could be the next James Brunt.
Make sure you send all your art to us on socials. Now, that's all we've got time for today. Have a fantastic Wednesday and see you later.